Hey, what's going on? Time for a tier list of Tarantino villains. Let's do it. First, we got Nice Guy Eddie, and I'm gonna put Nice Guy Eddie in D. And well, I should say that all of the villains in this movie are very all right. Well, they're all good villains. Every villain that Tarantino's written is good, but the Reservoir Dogs are a little lacking, but that's because no one's really a villain. But still, Nice Guy Eddie, yeah, he gets a D. After that, we got Joe. Again, about as good as Nice Guy Eddie. I'll give him a D also. But then we got Victor Vega. And Victor Vega is definitely the strongest villain character in this movie. Obviously, his torture scene, classic. What a great scene. I'll put him in B. Next up, we got Pumpkin. And Pumpkin, pretty cool, not in the movie a ton, but very memorable. I love his interactions with Jules. Really good. We'll put him in do I want to put him in B with Vega? I'm going to put him in C because he's not quite in the movie as much as Victor Vega, and he's not as memorable. Yeah, that scene's memorable, but more because of Jules. But yeah, he's still really good. Then we got Honey Bunny. I'm going to put him in, her. I'm going to put her in C also. Yeah, about as good. Not quite as good, maybe. I could put her in D, but okay, yeah, we'll put her in D. Then we got Marcellus Wallace. Again, not kind of a villain, kind of not. All depends on what angle you are, but he is portrayed as a villain if you're looking at the Bruce Willis side of things. But I'm going to put him in C. Yeah, he's cool, I guess. Then we got Ordell. I love Ordell. One of, if not my favorite Samuel L. Jackson performance in a Tarantino movie. I love him. He's got so much charisma. He goes great with everyone. Yeah, he's like Sriracha, dude. He's great with everything. Put him in A. Then we got Go-Go from Kill Bill, and I give Go-Go credit because she's not in it a lot. She's not one of those huge villains like everyone else in the group, but she's memorable, right? There's I like her. I like the history behind her, and she is memorable. What a great fight. She's a good fighter. Let's put her in B. Then we got Vernita Green. Really cool first scene. I love that first scene. But the lasting impression isn't as much as a lot of the other characters, so I'll put her in C. Then we got Bud, the only other dude in the group besides Bill himself. And Bud's cool, not my favorite member, but not my least favorite either. We'll put him in B. Then we got L Driver. Again, really cool, love that fight. Awesome, the classic walking down in the hospital thing with that music. Really good. We'll put her in B also. Then we got Oren. Really like Oren. I like Oren because, maybe because we get a lot of time with her. She gets pretty much the first movie dedicated to her, where we see the bride take down almost everyone else in the second movie. We get the whole entire time of the first movie to spend with Oren. I really like her. I like her backstory. I like seeing her fight. I loved her in that meeting. Another classic scene. We'll put her in A. Then we got Bill. And the hype for Bill, personally, did not disappoint. I really liked Bill. I liked that Bill, he was this badass, but he also had that soft side to him that where you're oh man, maybe this guy's actually kind of cool. Really like Bill. Put him in A. Stuntman Mike, the best part of Death Proof. I love Stuntman Mike. Again, I think he needed to be in the movie more. I think whenever he's on screen, that is the best moment of the film. That long stretch of time where we don't really see him that much, that's kind of the weakest part of the movie for me. Whenever we see him, that whole beginning part in the bar, such a good scene. I love Stuntman Mike. Put him in A. Moving on to Colonel Hans Landa. I love Hans Landa. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm just saying, what a good scene for everyone. But dude, that opening scene in Inglourious Bastards, maybe my favorite Tarantino scene ever. A legendary villain. Hans Landa is an S for sure, dude. Moving on to Django, we got Big Daddy. My second favorite Big Daddy, shout out to BioShock. Again, kind of a minor villain, funny villain, racist villain, but he's all right. Put him in D. Then we got Steven, the most despicable black man in all of cinema, according to Samuel L. Jackson, and boy, is he despicable. But I love how much he's despicable, He's so evil and he's messed up. It's a nice change of pace in this movie where all the villains so far are all white, but it's no, damn, dude, there's some Samuel Jackson. Come on, dude, check yourself. Put him in B. Then we got Calvin Candy. Shout out to Villain Review just the other day. Watch that. I love Calvin Candy. I'm not going to say much more. Put him in S. Awesome villain. Real quick, I want to say spoilers for The Hateful Eight in case you guys haven't seen it. I didn't want to say spoilers for all the other ones because they're kind of older movies, but this is only like 2 movies ago in the Tarantino verse, so spoilers for Hateful Eight. Goodbye if not. Next up, we got Bob, my least favorite of the group. We'll go through, put him in D. Then we got Joe, again, pretty cool. He's very Vincent Vega-esque, kind of, but he's pretty cool. Put him in C. Then we got Oswaldo, my favorite of, like, the trio of, like, helpers. I really like Oswaldo. I think he has the most personality. I think he's the most, like, kind of, like, charming and persuasive of the group. I'll put him in B. Then we got Jody Domergue. And my problem with Jody is, okay, don't get me wrong. I like Jody when he's in the movie. Again, not in the movie that much, so I can't give him, like, all the credit. We'll put him in C. Then we got Daisy Domergue. Really good character. I love how throughout the movie she gets more and more power. Like, at first, she's just Kurt Russell's, like, punching bag. But throughout the movie, she gets more and more power. And then at the end, you're like, damn, like, she's crazy, man. Is she going to pull it off? That's insane. We're going to put her in A. I'm not going to rank any of the villains from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it's mainly just the Manson family, and I'd feel a little weird, like, ranking them because they're real people who did bad things, so I'm not going to rank them. Sorry if you really care, but why do you really care about the Manson family? Anyways, that wraps it up for today. See you tomorrow for... No way, I'm doing another Tarantino video tomorrow. You're insane. Well, too bad I am. See you tomorrow.